Alright guys, teaching the hip hinge will probably be one of the hardest things in your career. I found multiple times people just couldn't do it, couldn't put it together. I tried thousands of different cues. I'm going to give you a couple of examples how to do it here, but you're just going to have to keep trying different cues, different methods until it clicks with your client. Some clients it can take months, even years. So the first one, the traditional one, is the wall touch hip hinge. Easiest way to do it is use a dowel. Set the dowel up so that it's touching your sacrum, your thoracic spine and your head, and I generally have my hand flat like this so that it maintains that tension or touching the sacrum. Then what you do, you're about 10 centimeters off the wall or a foot off the wall, and you're going to set up. So twist your feet into the ground so you're going to create that basing technique, and we'll go more into that in deadlifts and squats and those type of techniques, but you're trying to rip the floor apart or rip a piece of paper with your feet. They're hip width apart, knees are soft, and then brace your core through your breathing techniques that I've shown you before, and then you're going to push your bottom back towards the wall. So try and touch the wall with your hips coming down. Once you've touched, you can come up. From there, you can teach your client to step out a little further. The goal is to be able to get them to almost parallel at that full tension of the hamstrings or the posterior hip and hamstrings. So nice and tight, everything's braced, and go for that slow eccentric so it's nice and controlled, and that'll help you with your range of movement as well. So we stimulate the body to increase the length in that muscle there. And it doesn't matter, I didn't touch the wall then, it doesn't matter if you touch it or not, the wall's just an aim or a target, okay? So don't get obsessed with touching the wall, get obsessed with the hip hinge movement, what you're trying to see. So you can see that all the movement is coming from my hips, and it's like they're collapsing or folding in on each other. Okay? My knees aren't bending, that's a squat technique, and we'll talk about hip hinge and squat technique in a later video.